Hi, I'm Liz, and today I want to talk to you about hope. So first, I want to bring up a quote or a saying that I know we have all heard in our life before a time or two, or if you're like me, you've heard it way more than a time or two. And it is, God won't give you more than you can handle. Okay. Or if you're from the South like me, it was always, honey, God's not going to give you more than you can handle. Right? Okay, well, today I am here to tell you that that statement or quote is false. It's not true. If you're here and you're listening, you're thinking, oh boy, I hope this isn't some discouraging message that's about to come. No, I am going to fill you with what I hope is encouragement from scriptures from the Lord, and a little bit of my story, just a short snippet because I'm going to try to keep this short. But God will give you more than you can handle. If you haven't already been there in your life with a situation where you felt like you were not going to get out of it, or you knew you couldn't get out of it on your own, or maybe you're in that right now. Maybe you're in the middle of it. I know I just got out of one. Or maybe one's coming and you're about to have your valley and be in it. I want to encourage you to know God is going to give you more than you can handle, but it's okay because you can find your hope. No matter how deep and dark that valley is, you can always, no matter what, find your hope in the Lord. Okay? What I want to do is I want to read you a quote from my very favorite author, Beth Moore. And she says, God will teach us dependency. God protected David by not always letting him be the hero. God humbled him and made him dependent on God ultimately. God will allow us to become exhausted and force us to receive help. God wants us to come to him. So he is going to give us these things. They're going to be way more than we can handle. I want to share this hope with you right now from Lamentations 3:21-24. While you're learning to lean on him fully and put that full dependency on him, I hope that these encourage you to not lose that hope. But I call this to mind, and therefore I have hope. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I will hope in him. So what I want you to do as well is, fill yourself with these scriptures to encourage you, but I also want you to change your thinking, okay? And what I mean by that is when we go through these trials and tribulations that are way more than what we can handle on our own, we tend to lean towards the W word, why? Why, God? Why is this happening? I want you to switch that to what? What, God, do you want to teach me from this? What, God, are you trying to show me? How are you trying to grow me, God? What do you want me to learn from this to take to other people out in the world and to those that I love around me in my inner circle to help exalt you and expand your kingdom? Because ultimately that's why we're here, right? The Lord allowed Job to go through way more than what he could handle. We all know that. Esther went through a lot. David went through a lot. Moses went through a lot. All things, there's no way they could have come out on the other side victorious without a God as big and as mighty as ours. But they had their hope in him. And we can too. We can have that same hope that they did when they were fighting battles and coming out of, Pharaoh's captivity and all these different things that they were battling through. If you know those stories, I don't have time to get all into them, but they were able to still have hope. So we can too with whatever it is you're going through or you went through or you're about to go through. I also, I felt that I had at a time that there was no hope. But then I remembered and I filled myself with these scriptures that I do have hope. No matter what the doctor says, no matter what diagnosis I get or someone in my family gets, I'm always going to have hope in the Lord. So what I want to do is I want to share some of my very favorite scriptures with you that have encouraged me and they have given me hope in a recent time of real trial that I've been through. And I've come out on the other side only because of my God and because of the hope that I was able to find in him. So I hope that no matter what you're going through right now or you've been through or you're going to go through, you can find hope through these encouraging scriptures as well. Matthew 19:26. Jesus looked at them and said, with man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. Write that down. I wrote that down on an index card and I put that on my fridge and I recited that every day. And I knew no matter the difficulty, the diagnosis, whatever it may be, anything is possible with God. Any miracle can still happen today, just like they happened in the Bible. Psalm 50:10, for every beast of the forest is mine, the cattle on 1,000 hills. Just think about that. every single beast in all the forests that there are, and all the cattle. Just think when you look out on a hill, maybe if you're driving on the interstate and you see a hill, rolling hills, and you see all kinds of cattle. Just think about rolling hills as far as your eye can see. Countless cattle. If God owns all of them, they're all His. So are we. We are His too. We are His creatures He created in His beautiful own and unique image. If He's going to take care of them, and He owns them, and He loves them, why wouldn't he own and take care of us too, and own our situation? He does, okay? And you can find great hope in that. Psalm 118:6, the Lord is on my side, I will not fear. Matthew 10:31, fear not, you are of more value than many sparrows. If God can give the sparrows a new song every morning, He can keep them fed, He can keep them alive and happy and well. Why would He not keep us the same? He loves us more than the sparrows, but He still cares about them. I promise you He cares about you in the situation you're going through right now. So what I want you to do now is you can turn, or you can look later at 2 Samuel 22 and Psalm 18. They repeat themselves. And what I did is I repeated this every single day, and you can do that too. I encourage you. It's a great thing to find hope in and find comfort in. He is my strength when I am weak. He is my rock when I am slipping. He is my deliverer when I am trapped. He is my fortress when I am crumbling. He is my refuge when I am pursued. He is my shield when I am exposed. He is my Lord when my life spins out of control. So, even though God may give you more than what you can handle, it's okay, because He can handle it all. So I hope and I pray today that you can rest your hope in Him and find your hope in Him ultimately.